Hello! We have a new exciting chapter and I'm so excited that I thought I would share. This is the most exciting day, is the day that we actually pick up our motorhome. We've been looking, we've been scrolling, we've been to all the motorhome shows and we've looked around this caravan, that caravan, the layouts. We thought maybe a fixed bed, then we thought no, waste of space. We've been looking at all the fantastic YouTubers on YouTube, to mention a few that we've been following. So going back to the motorhome selection, fixed bed, separate shower, this, that and the other. It's a complete minefield. Some have beds over your driving area, some don't. Some have drop down beds, some have beds at the front, beds at the back. But it's been a bit of a crazy roller coaster. So we had set our mind on an auto trail, because what we loved about it is that they had a bed on the top, a bed in the middle, a bed at the back and a separate shower. And that was like, yeah, that's the layout that we want. It's the perfect layout and there's lots of space in between. And then we realised there's two auto trails and there's only two of us, but my granddaughter may join us at some point. We did find one and we did put a deposit to go and have another look at it, and my husband went and test drived it and everything. He said it was absolutely fine. It was an older van. We are going for older vans. We don't quite hit it for the new vans, because when you start going into the new vans, as you know, you sort of hit other things like wet belts and, I don't know the technical stuff, but wet belts and what's the other thing? The AdBlue. So it just becomes a little bit more risque. And more things to go wrong. So we looked at the auto trail, and then when I got out of it and had a look around the back while my husband was talking to the sales rep, I found a load of damage. And as a first time motorhome owner, those are like, the van was perfect layout, perfect everything. But that damage really bothered us, because you only need some sort of cracks and damage and stuff. And I know that damp can possibly get in and you have to have these habitation checks and things like that. And it's like, it's not really a good starting block. You're going to get things with an older van. But I think if it's like really obvious signs, we just decided against it. So we were all a little bit deflated about it, but we've been looking around again and we just couldn't find the right auto trail. Some of them were just so far away, and both of us work and it's hard to go, and you want to go and see it physically. You just don't want to go, hi, can I put a deposit on your van and we'll just pick it up? No, that's not going to happen. You've got to physically go and see, because you don't know what you're getting, basically, do you? So we have a lovely friend who has an older motorhome. They have a Fiat Ducato, and they have the one with the end bathroom, which is rather delightful. It is an older van, and they go to a certain place to have their van serviced, and they also do they have a fleet that they rent out, and one of them they want to upgrade and they no longer need. It's a compromise, but it's got the lovely layout that we like. So it's got a bed at the top, it's got a bed in the middle, it's got a bed at the back. The only thing it doesn't have is a separate shower. The layout is slightly different, as the kitchen, you will see anyway, but the kitchen is sort of at the front, and there's a dinette at the side, and then there's a massive lounge area we're still brand new to it. It's a complete, and you know, there's so many things that we need to learn, you know, from how to put water in to what we need to take. Last night I bought our first kettle because I realised this is probably really stupid, and if you're a motorhome owner you'll think, what is she like? But I was looking for a 12-volt kettle, and they all seem to come with like the 12-volt plug thing on the end, and I'm thinking, well, that's not going to plug in near the in the kitchen. It's got actual plugs. You can use a normal kettle, but you'll need to be hooked up unless you've got an inverter. Let me know if I'm right. Put it down in the comments. So I've just got 3 dogs to do today, and then we are going to pick her up. I've called her Big Bertha, and we're going to go and pick her up, and obviously hopefully the lady's going to show us around, show us bits, see what we've got, what we haven't got, what comes with it. So we're not really sure. I know it's got side blinds and stuff. Oh, my customers are here. So I'll see you in a bit for the next chapter when I'm done for the day, and we'll go and pick her up.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
So I'm all finished and I've got to get changed, and then we'll head over and get her. So here she is, Big Bertha. She's a Swift Escape 686, and she's a 6th birth. And I just can't wait to spend some quality time outside of work. As much as I love the job that I do, it will be lovely to get out and see some of the country and spend some quality time. And this is what we will be in. And I'm so excited. Can't tell you.
We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat in the middle of the street. Roller coaster, take me to a better time. Let's go! All sing your high line with the roller coaster of life. It's time to all choose your timeline on the roller coaster of life. Oh, you seem to easily forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again, you gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over, it's about time. Oh, all sing your high line on the roller coaster of life. You've got to all
Question is, does it fit on the drive? Well, she's still here. So let's go and have a look inside. And ta-da! There is a button on there. If I just do that, it should pop that out. Let's go inside. So I think the neighbours thought we were a little bit crazy last night because we had some very excited friends that came to see it, and we were all sat having a brew in it with the lights on late at night. So there's the cab. There's the top. And you can push this up as well to give you more space. Just come out there. I don't think you can have that up while you're driving though. So I'll just go back a bit so you can see. So we've got our lovely cupboard and microwave and oven. And as you can see, when Alan was driving it back, these were rattling. So we're advised to put some tea towels around there to stop it rattling. And I've got some of these foam things that used to stick in my couch, so I've put those around there. That's a lovely sink. And then it's got 6 seat belts, but it's only weighed for 5. And when it was rented out, it was only 5. You can, I believe, change that. There's a skylight up there. But it's just a paperwork exercise. So here, oh, I've just banged my head for the second time. That's probably why you need to move that out the way. So let's go into the back now so you can close this off here like that, so you can make that all cozy. So you got 1 room, 2 rooms, and then one above there, which it does actually have little curtains, so you can close that off too. You make it very cozy. And I love poppies, and that was a good omen for us. Well, for me anyway. I had poppies on my wedding bouquet. So here is the back. So it's really, really spacious. So you've got a little shelf there, and you've got lots of cupboards, another skylight there. Lots and lots of cupboards. There's a wardrobe there. That's where our TV will go. This cupboard goes all the way back there. It's a nice deep cupboard. For all your cupboard lovers out there, you'll love that. And then obviously the gas bottle is at the back here. So this is just a bit of a shorter cupboard, but it could be for shoes and things. There's a massive, massive wardrobe. That is for our table. We're going to have to sort something out for that because that is rattling. Wardrobe space. Wherever your TV thing is. That's a nice big wardrobe. And like I say, the compromise that we came to is that it got the bed at the top, the dinette, and this lovely lounge, and then your toilet and your shower. It's not separate, but it's quite big, and you can pull the curtain round here, so you completely block off your toilet area so it's not getting super wet. These are lovely, nice, spacious cupboards, and it's sort of nice, sort of space saving there. And then you've got a big cupboard. Ooh, if she can get it open, a big cupboard up there for your bits and bobs, towel rail and toilet paper. So it's so super exciting. So, see if I can get some different angles so you can see. So what do you think? This is our new motorhome. So I thought we'd ticked a lot of the boxes apart from the separate shower. We've got pretty much everything. We did find when we were looking that although it might be a 4-berth, there's still only 2 travelling seat belts. So it's finding the right van. And we're not alone, because many people that we've spoken to always say that there's a compromise. Unless, I suppose, if you're going for a brand newie and you're putting in what you want. But obviously we're not at that level of motorhoming. This is a, it's a pre-loved van. And one of the reasons you might be asking, why are they going motorhoming? My husband has just retired from the fire service, and he's always worked many weekends. And also, if he hadn't been working at the fire service, he would be doing other work as well. This is the time now. I am self-employed, so I can pretty much work around my diary now. It's not so tying. As a self-employed dog groomer, my diary used to be booked out the whole year. Now I've tried to make it now a little bit more flexible so that I can try and do things in advance, because before I was just completely filled up, fully booked, and I couldn't sort things. If you're a self-employed person, you'll understand where I'm coming from. So now we're a little bit older in years. This is the time our children are pretty much grown up, and we can have our weekends and we can go and do stuff and see stuff, because there's so much of the UK that I still haven't seen at 50. So it'll be nice to go to places like Scotland and Wales and the Isle of Wight and all sorts of places. And then eventually, once we've found our feet and we've been driving around for a little bit and we got used to getting our bearings. Alan's fine because he's a driver, so he's very good at driving. Obviously, it's a brand new thing to me. I have a small car, as you've seen. So driving something a little bit bigger, especially a 6-berth motorhome, is a little bit different. So we are planning that eventually we will go and plan some things to go abroad. So we know we'd like to go to Germany, we'd been to Poland, we'd like to go back to Poland, we'd like to go and see lots of other places. So when we are travelling in the UK, we will be bringing our 3 little dogs, and I'll just put a picture on there. They are very elderly, and that in itself is going to be an experience travelling with elderly dogs. If you've got elderly dogs and you've got any advice for us, we really welcome it. And obviously, being a dog groomer, if you ever see us out and about, I'm probably always got my nail trimmers with me. So if you need a nail trim, just give me a shout. I'm more than happy to do a nail trim or a face trim or inside a pad. So we can always trade a nail trim for some advice. Works. So we'll see you on the next one. Consider subscribing and see you on the next one. Bye for now.